This is the story of Joseph, 17 years old at the time, helping out his brothers in herding the flocks. These were his half-brothers actually, and Joseph brought his father bad reports on them. Israel loved Joseph more than any of his other sons because he was the son of his old age, and he made him an elaborately embroidered coat. When his brothers realized that their father loved him more than them, they grew to hate him. They wouldn't even speak to him. Joseph had a dream. When he told it to his brothers, they hated him even more. He said, "Listen to this dream I had. We were all out in the field gathering bundles of wheat. All of a sudden, my bundle stood up straight, and all your bundles circled round it and bowed down to mine." His brothers said, "So you're going to rule us? You're going to boss us around?" And they hated him even more than ever because of his dreams and the way he talked. He had another dream, and told this one also to his brothers. "I dreamed another dream. The sun and moon and 11 stars bowed down to me." When he told it to his fathers and brothers, his father reprimanded him. "What's with all this dreaming? Am I and your mother and your brothers all supposed to bow down to you?" Now his brothers were really jealous. His brothers had gone off to Shechem where they were pasturing their father's flocks. Israel said to Joseph, "Your brothers are with flocks in Shechem. Come, I want to send you to them." Joseph said, "I'm ready." He said, "Go and see how your brothers and the flocks are doing and bring me back a report." He sent them off from the valley of Hebron to Shechem. A man met him as he was wandering through the fields and asked him, "What are you looking for?" "Oh, I'm trying to find my brothers. Do you have any idea where they're grazing their flocks?" The man said, "They've left here, but I overheard them say, 'Let's go to Dothan.'" So Joseph took off, tracked his brothers down and found them in Dothan. They spotted him in the distance. By the time he got to them, they had cooked up a plot to kill him. The brothers were saying, "Here comes that dreamer, let's kill him and throw him into one of those old cisterns. We can say that a vicious animal ate him up. We'll see what his dreams amount to." Reuben heard the brothers talking and intervened to save him. "We're not going to kill him. No murder. Go ahead and throw him in the cistern out there in the wild, but don't hurt him." Reuben planned to go back later and get him out and take him back to his father. When Joseph reached his brothers, they ripped off the fancy coat he was wearing, grabbed him and threw him into a cistern. The pit was dry, there was no water in it at all. Then they sat down to eat their supper. Looking up, they saw a caravan of Ishmaelites on their way from Gilead, their camels loaded with spices, ointments and perfumes to sell in Egypt. Judah said, "Brothers, what are we going to do to get out of killing our brother and concealing the evidence? Let's sell him to the Ishmaelites, but let's not kill him. He is, after all, our brother." His brothers agreed. His brothers pulled Joseph out of the cistern and sold him for 20 pieces of silver to the Ishmaelites, who took Joseph with them down to Egypt. Later, Reuben came back and went to the cistern. No Joseph. He ripped his clothes in despair. Beside himself, he went to his brothers. "The boy's gone! What am I going to do?" They took Joseph's coat, butchered a goat and dipped the coat in blood. They took the fancy coat back to their father and said, "We found this. Look it over. Do you think this is your son's coat?" He recognized it at once. "My son's coat. A wild animal has eaten him." Jacob tore his clothes in grief, distressed in rough burlap, and mourned his son a long time. His sons and daughters tried to comfort him, but he refused their comfort. Oh, how his father wept for him. But Joseph was still alive, and he was starting his adventures in Egypt.